Alright, this is the Aqua by UVO Systems, and gonna break into the review real fast, just give everyone a quick recap of what I've been up to. You know, it's been quite some time since I've actually posted a review, but I've been busy with work, I guess. I just started my own juice line, Faded Vapes. It's actually what I've gotten here right now. It's 15K. Oh, where's the other 120 mil? There we go, 15K. But not going to get too much into my own line. I definitely have a conflict of interest there, promoting my own product on my YouTube. So I'll leave it at that quick plug and move on to the review. On to my full review of the Aqua. Get a few tech specs out of the way. Currently it is not for sale, though they do go on sale, I believe November 1st, and the projected MSRP is $175. It is a 21 millimeter device. The tank, I believe, is 2 milliliters, or just a hair under possibly. It's set up for a native dual. It's set up for a native dual coil. Has adjustable juice control, which you can achieve by twisting that mouthpiece. Does have adjustable draw, which you get by twisting the tank section. Which covers and opens up those two small air holes there. Now the draw goes from totally closed off when in the closed-most position to what I consider a fairly airy draw, comparable to maybe dual 5/64ths in a dripper. But overall, really nice flexible range for the air holes there. The adjustable juice control does work pretty flawlessly, as does the air control overall. Performance, I say, really incredible. It performs like a dripper, but with the convenience of a full-fledged tank system, and really couldn't be happier with it. Flavor, really a 10 out of 10. Juice control really provides for excellent wicking. Throat hit, again, a solid, give it a 9 out of 10. And, vapor production, for a tank system, probably the best I've seen. I'm currently running a 0.2 ohm coil. By far not unheard of in a dripper, though I am yet to see a tank system that can run such low ohms without running dry, or if you crank the juice control all the way open on many that run it that low, it'll give you nice 2 or 3 hits and then totally overflood on you. But just to demo it, I have my juice control, maybe 2 or 3 full turns open, and the airflow control about 3/4, 7/8 of the way open, and clouds. Also, I do have that on the UVO Systems Hades. And this is one of, I believe, 5 prototypes. It was lent to me by a couple of the guys at UVO, though I actually do have the brass one on the way, which was a gift from a friend. Take a couple more quick pulls, and then I'll get into the full breakdown of the device. Alright, there you go. Here is the Aqua broken down into its most basic components. Now from left to right we have the top cap, then there is the tank section, then there's the chimney, which is threaded over your addy deck to create your vapor chamber. Then you have the addy deck itself, post assembly, followed by the 510 base, then finally the brass 510 contact. Alright, here's a close-up of the addy deck. As you can see, it does have dual air holes, one lined up under each coil. The single post setup, Now those air holes do connect right here to these two small air holes. The added feature that this airflow system serves is you get pretty even distribution of airflow over each coil, as well as the added option of adjustable draw. Now these are just bare screw posts with an M2 nut on one and one that's just a male M2 nut. So setup for the dual coil can be a little tricky because you really don't have that much space to work with in here. But if you're pretty careful with how you wire everything up, it's really not that difficult. It might take a few minutes your first try. But overall wraps up nice and clean. I think I have a dual 4-APA 26 gauge on there right now. That's probably metering at around 0.4 ohms. I'm running some organic cotton wicks in there. Wicks brilliantly. Flavor, gotta say, on par, better than the K-Fun. Vapor production, way better than the K-Fun. I hate to compare it to the K-Fun because it really is a different device, but it's probably going to be the best frame reference for most vapors out there for a silica or cotton style tank. See, it has these 4 nice and large slots off the channels for your wicks. In the top section, up here, the thread section, it does allow you to use adjustable juice control, which is also nice. Insulators, they're not Teflon, they're not PFTE, they're not nylon, but whatever they are, they're holding up to, like I said, around a 0.4, 0.5 maybe ohm coil, with no signs of damage, burning, melting, good high resistance, high heat resistance, I should say, plastic that they're using there. Overall, on the inside, you can see that same plastic material, as well as the brass positive deck, though you can see that one little screw off to the right. That is a stainless screw for the positive post, so there's no brass in the Addy deck assembly itself, which I know is a health concern for some of you guys out there, but no brass in here, all stainless, but even so, fires up fast, hits hard. Real solid construction. These nuts do have good deep knurling, and personally for setup I've been using needle nose pliers rather than just my fingers. I can get a good tight grip on the nuts and get everything locked down good and solid. But there you go, that's pretty much it for the top deck assembly. Alright, now for the basic assembly, 510 base. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my little brass 510 contact in. Just threads right in. This post is adjustable, so if you have a fixed 510 center post on your mod, you can raise and lower this, so you'll have a nice flush fit on there. And 510 base threads on. Alright, that's that. Alright, next up, as far as putting the chimney on, first thing you're going to want to check for is once you've slid your wicks down into the little channels here, you're going to want to press them in just to make sure that the wicks don't obstruct these threads here or the lower section of threads. Go through in the back end of my tweezers. Should be fine. That should thread on without any real resistance. Great, there you go. One quick note that I failed to mention is that before you put the chimney on, you're going to want to make sure your wicks are nice and wet. make sure it fires up nicely. And we should be good to go. Alright, another noteworthy feature of this device is that it does have adjustable juice control. So as you unscrew the chimney, it exposes more and more of the wicks that you have pushed down into these slots, which will increase the wicking. But prior to filling, I do tend to keep it all the way closed. Alright, next step in the assembly. Just going to thread the tank section on. We're going to do it with the Aqua engraving on the bottom side, so close to the 510. Thread that on, but prior to doing so, you're going to want to double check these channels again, because if there's any wick exposed, it will kind of get in the way of these threads and it won't thread on so nicely, which will kind of impede the adjustable airflow control, which as you can see here, these two holes. As you lower the tank section down, closes the holes off. Now, I've seen adjustable draw, I've seen adjustable juice control. I've never seen adjustable draw built into the tank section quite like that. Really clever, simplified, elegant engineering there. Really like that feature. It works really well. You can go from a truly closed off draw in the closed most position to what most would consider a relatively airy draw in the open most position, obviously. Then it's pretty much that. Alright, so once you have your chimney on and the tank section on, you're going to want to fill it up. Another thing I really like about this system is it really is effortless to fill. Just going to want to make sure that your air control and your juice control are closed off. Then just fill right from the top. I believe the tank capacity is right around 3.5 milliliters. Alright. We're going to thread top cap on. I'm going to flip it upside down. Give it a second. And crack open the air control. To kind of break the vacuum without forcing half the juice in the tank through the air holes in the deck. Give it a sec, it should be good to go. Just a quick look. Now we don't have any visible leakage out the air holes, which is always a good sign. And the final step before we actually start firing it up and vaping it, you're going to want to throw your drip tip on. Now this is one of the 2 drip tips that's included with the Aqua. It's fortunate that they do include drip tips because the bore in the chimney is quite large relative to most of the tips that I've tried in there, and I have tried a good 15-20, most of which are pretty loose fits. This is perfect snug fit in there. Nice clean looking tip. Now that's that. You can also take a look to check out just how nice the two-tone finish is on there. Really is perfect. Really clean work on the milling on that top cap. Just overall, really well made device. Nice smooth threads. Pretty deep engravings too. And pretty tasteful, I think. But, that's pretty much it for the Aqua, and then I'll give you a little demo on the performance and call it a day. Alright, so to surmise everything, yes, the major pros for me, build quality, absolutely fantastic, fit, finish, the engravings, The tasteful two-tone, just everything about it, beautiful. 21 millimeter, not my preferred size, I guess. I would have been a little bit happier with 22, but I definitely have a handful of 21 millimeter devices that it really does look awesome on. Moving on to performance, it really is leaps and bounds ahead of every other tank system on the market right now. It's taken really a special device for me to actually get back into the whole reviewing game, and Aqua really takes the cake there. Wicking, really unbelievable. I mean, you have 4 juice channels, plus the adjustable juice control, plus the adjustable draw, which does help you gauging the wicking, similar to how you would on the UFS back in the day, or even the Odysseus to an extent. That, I guess, combined with the native dual coil configuration as it's set up, provides a really full vape from flavor, throat hit, vapor production. Really just incredible. Price point, totally reasonable for just the quality of everything you get, because you get full tank system, 2 drip tips, and it does include the hybrid connection with the Origin and the 510, obviously. Just overall solid. It is comparable to Kfun 3.1, significantly cheaper than the Mister, as you'd expect. Right in line with the Ithaca. It might be a hair cheaper than the Ithaca, actually, and overall really happy with it. A couple of the slight cons. Drip tips, not all of my tips have fit, though I guess that's solved by the fact that it does come with 2 tips. And that's really it. It's a little tricky to build. Might do a separate video next week or two demonstrating how I choose to build mine, but other than that, it's about as close to perfect as I could really ask of any tank system. Take a couple of last pulls and then call it a review. Alright, here you go. This is the UVO system, or the Origin, but the Aqua by UVO Systems. There we go. Alright, and there you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will post details on where you can purchase one, as well as a link for who to contact if you have any wholesale inquiries, if you're a vape shop or an online shop. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys. Enjoy.